Dear brothers and sisters, peace and grace of the Lord be with you. I'm Deacon Paul from Toronto. The first time I heard about Medjugorje was in 2021. A brother, Bishop Andrew, sent me a small book called Our Lady Speaks About Medjugorje. I learned about Our Lady appeared of a group of children and has been urging people to repent, to pray, and to fast. This helped me greatly when I was converted and baptized in year 2000 and had pretty limited knowledge about prayer and fasting. Our Lady's message helped me to put my faith in practice through the praying of the Rosary daily and fasting on bread and water. It was not until 2008 I finally made the pilgrimage to Medjugorje. We were blessed to have Dominic and Christina, a couple who have still and organizing pilgrim groups every year. That was my first pilgrim trip. I'm very impressed by many brothers and sisters all over the world coming here to pray, to fast, and share their faith and be transformed. Many people participated at daily masses, Eucharistic adoration, praise, and worship simply drew me in. I thoroughly immersed myself in religious atmosphere. While we know sometimes when a person ties in closer to the Lord to put more effort into prayers, the unexpected trial will come too. I enter into the period of trial on the third day at Medjugorje. I suddenly could not pray the Rosary, which I have been praying daily for a couple of years. I doubt and frustrated. Like a dark cloud suffocated my heart and mind. I sought the guidance from our spiritual director, Monsignor Jane. She shared his words and wisdom. But my trials continue. I went to Mass and spent time to pray in St. James Church and asked the Lord to set aside this dark cloud. Yet the situation continued for another couple of days. One evening after dinner, others went to Mass as purposely left behind because I did not feel like going to the church and praying. I quietly stayed in the backyard of our residence, alone. At that time, the church bell rang. The clear and transcendent sounds of the church bell, one at a time, reached my ear, entered my heart and mind, and embraced my whole being. The dark cloud occupied me for days, disappeared suddenly. It is hard to find the right word to describe the experience. The closest I can think of is like Psalm 49, verses 4. As David said, I will incline my ear to proverb. I will solve my riddle to the music of the harp. The good Lord used the sound of the church bell to dispel my dark cloud and shed light upon me. What a surprise! This experience taught me something new about prayer. Before then, my experience of prayer is to recite the Rosary or to meditate with wind. It's all about my own effort. Yet, through this experience, I think the Lord was teaching me that prayer, first of all, is a grace from above. It is very true. Even before I could open my mouth to meditate with my mind, the first prayer was God's gift. So I was able to enter into prayer. In a sense, my prayer effort was not to initiate something, rather to accept an invitation to enter into something that is God's presence. This presence is not limited to prayer time, as I understood, but all the time of my daily life. It means every moment of life can be a moment to enter into God's presence. In Medjugorje, the place one must first go is the Apparition Hill. You might think I must have visited the hill many times during the program. Actually, no, I just been there twice. The second time I was there, I gazed upon the statue of Our Lady, and understanding occurred on me. I saw Our Lady had one hand touching her chest, another pointing to somewhere else. She seemed to say to me, "My heart desire is for you to go there." Was another hill, as a higher hill, the Cross Mountain. From that day on, the rest of my pilgrims was pretty much tied to the hill of the cross. Climbing the stony path was challenging but rewarding for me. Together with all the pilgrims from all over the world, we prayed and meditated along the way of the cross. I went there every day. Sometimes I chose early in the morning or later in the afternoon before sunset. That is when few people on the hill, so I could meditate more quietly and slowly. That experience drew me closer to the Lord, to His passion, to His love. It linked the challenges in my life with the cross. I came to the realization that instead of saying, I carry my cross to follow you, but it indeed is Jesus carrying His cross and invited me to walk with Him into His life, into His abundance. On the hill of the cross of this, I saw brothers and sisters climbing with bare feet. Their sacrifices showed me their faith in action. I also remember one day at sunset, I was on the way down. I saw a religious sister on her way up. I said to her, "It's getting dark, sister." She smiled. "I will have my vigil. I will have my light." Those are the acts of faith. Devotion of Medjugorje touched my heart and strengthened my faith. The pilgrim group from Toronto had a senior, Monsignor Zhang. She was over 80 and survived from multi-cancers. She climbed the hill with us together. Every step was a challenge, but he persisted. At the 9th station, he fell on the stone, which cut her legs and caused bleeding. When the others rushed up and helped him, "Lord, I'm not worthy to carry your cross." What a good soul and humble heart. His words reminded me that the stone of us worthy of the cross. The Lord was carrying our cross and invited us to enter into His grace, accompanying by Him daily life. On our daily life, the Lord's invitation connects our suffering and challenges of the cross, so suffering can be transformed into something beautiful and hopeful. A Christian's life is full of grace. To summarize, first, Our Lady of Medjugorje desired her children to grow closer to Jesus, our Lord. Second, to walk the way of the cross with Jesus is a way of grace. I was ordained permanent deacon in 2014. The calling was not unrelated to my experience at Medjugorje, though I did not realize it until 2008. A friend of mine was a deacon, and he said to me in 2002, "Paul, you will be a deacon." He said it was not from him, but a message he must say to me in his heart. I did not believe him and gave him a further thought, because I didn't want to give more of myself to serve others, sacrificing more for my own time to carry extra crosses. I could choose not to. However, since 2008, every sign pointed me to diaconate. My daily climbing of the hill of the cross in Medjugorje and my reflection showed the way of the cross is a way of life that is filled by God's grace. I should not be afraid. If God calls, God will provide. His grace will enable us not only receiving graces, but a channel of His graces in serving others. Thank you for listening.